She once told me, "My social media is my personal brand. You don't get to control it." At first, I just nodded and said, "Got it." But in my head, I decided to treat her like exactly what she claimed to be, a brand I no longer wanted to invest in. And like any failed partnership, I made it public. Her brand took a noticeable hit the day I tagged her in my moving out announcement. I'm 28, male, and I need to get this off my chest while it's still fresh. My now ex-girlfriend, Isabella, she's 26, just learned the hard way that if you run your relationship like a business deal, it can end like one too. We'd been together for 3 years, living together for the last year and a half in my apartment. Izzy worked as a lifestyle influencer. She started with a small following, but eventually built it up to about 89,000 Instagram followers. She pulled in maybe $3 to $4 grand a month from sponsorships. Nothing you could quit your job over, but still a respectable side hustle. The trouble started about 6 months back. Her feed used to be filled with travel shots, food reviews, and gym content. Slowly, it shifted into something a lot more revealing. I'm not the jealous boyfriend type, but when your girlfriend starts posting bikini pics and poses that look like they belong behind a paywall, with captions like, "Your view could never," while you're literally sitting next to her, it hits different. At first, I brought it up casually, "Hey babe, your content's looking a little different lately." She just smiled and said, "It's called growth, Lucas. My engagement's up 40%. All right, duly noted." The breaking point came 3 weeks ago. She did a massive, over-the-top photo shoot, professional photographer, rented beach house, the whole thing. Easily cost her $2 grand. And the pictures, well, let's just say they were one wrong move away from needing an age gate. The comment section was a mess. Guys tossing out fire emojis, shooting their shot left and right. The part that really got me? She was replying to them. Flirty responses, heart emojis, and DM me vibes all over the place. When some fitness influencer with 2 million followers commented, "Goddess energy," she replied, "Coming from you. That means everything. We should collab." That night, I sat her down for what I thought would be a grown-up talk. "Izzy, I'm not comfortable with the direction your content's going. It feels disrespectful to us." She rolled her eyes. "Here we go. Another insecure boyfriend scared of my success." "It's not about success. It's about boundaries. You're openly flirting with other guys in public. This is called engagement, Lucas. This is my job. My social media is my personal brand. You can't control it." "I'm not trying to control you. I'm telling you how it makes me feel as your partner. Maybe you need to evolve. This is 2024. Women can monetize their beauty without asking for permission. If you can't handle me at my most empowered, then you don't deserve me at all." I just sat there for a full minute, letting that sink in. She actually said that without a hint of irony. Finally, I told her, "You're right. Your social media is your personal brand. I understand now." She looked genuinely pleased. "See, that wasn't so hard." That night, I decided to take her advice literally. If we were going to be brands, then I was ending the partnership. Step 1. I started documenting everything, screenshots of her posts, the comments, and her replies. Not for anything shady, just so I had the receipts when this inevitably blew up. Step 2. I refused to appear in her content anymore. Whenever she wanted a couple's selfie, I'd smile and say, "Don't want to dilute your brand." At first, she thought I was being petty, but eventually she seemed happy that I was respecting her vision. Step 3. I stopped interacting with her posts entirely. No likes, no comments, nothing. When her influencer friends came over for their fake candid shoots in my apartment, I'd just disappear into my room. "Don't want to get in the way of the content machine" became my go-to line. A week later, she started getting annoyed. "You're acting weird, Lucas. Just giving your brand the space it needs, babe, like you asked." 2 weeks in, she posted a lingerie haul, sheer everything, with her hands barely keeping it Instagram legal. Caption: "Confidence is the best outfit. What's your favorite?" That's when I made my move. For the first time in 2 weeks, I commented, but not the way she expected. I wrote, "As a consumer, I've decided to discontinue my subscription to this brand. The product has drifted too far from what was originally advertised. Moving out this weekend. Apartment's yours until the lease ends next month." Then I tagged her. The comment blew up immediately. Her followers wanted answers, her fanboys were hyped, and her influencer friends were blowing up her DMs. Within an hour, she was home, full panic mode. Lucas, what the hell? Delete that comment. Why? It's engagement. Isn't that the goal? You're trying to ruin my career. This is insane. I'm just ending our brand partnership. You said it yourself, this is business. This isn't business. This is a relationship. Was, past tense. And by your definition, it was also a brand association. I'm no longer interested in being tied to this kind of brand. She lost it, yelling about how I was wrecking everything she'd worked for, how her sponsors would see it, and accusing me of using her audience as a weapon. I didn't weaponize anything. I made a public statement about ending a relationship on the same platform where you run your business. If that hurts your brand, maybe it's time to rethink what your brand stands for. She tried everything, crying, threatening, even attempting to seduce me. None of it worked. I'd already booked a room at my buddy Ethan's place and had movers lined up for Saturday. The comments stayed up. Last time I checked, it had 7K likes and over 2K replies. Her follower count dropped by about 3,000 in 2 days. Yesterday, I moved out clean break. I blocked her on everything except email, just in case we need to talk about the apartment. The pettiest thing I did? Posted an Instagram story from Ethan's place. A shot of my gaming setup with the caption, "Upgraded to a drama-free environment. Feeling good about this rebrand." And yeah, I tagged her old apartment location. Her influencer friends are calling me toxic. My friends are calling me a legend. Me? I'm just calling myself single. Update 1. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this much attention. Appreciate the support and the reality checks from people who think I crossed a line. Fair enough. But you haven't even heard what's happened since. Izzy's gone into full PR mode. She posted a long Instagram story about toxic masculinity and how her ex-me couldn't handle a successful woman. She painted herself as the victim, accused me of emotional manipulation, and pulled out every buzzword in the book. Plot twist. Remember those screenshots I mentioned? Yeah, I kept every single one. Turns out receipts work both ways. Izzy's carefully crafted, poor me narrative started cracking when some of her own followers began asking questions. She forgot the internet doesn't have a short memory. People started digging up her old posts from just a few months ago. Anniversary shots, couple photos, me showing up in her vlogs, side by side with her new bikini and lingerie content. The difference was impossible to ignore. Then somebody stumbled across my original comment that was still sitting there for the world to see, and they connected the dots. A few brave souls started leaving comments like, "So you went from posting #couple goals to thirst traps, and he's the toxic one?" Izzy tried deleting those, but it was like plugging a leaking dam with chewing gum. The comments just kept pouring in. Yesterday, she made her biggest blunder yet. She went full nuclear and dropped a My Truth video. 43 minutes of her crying into the camera, saying I was controlling, jealous, and trying to dim her light. She even claimed I'd financially manipulated her by moving out without warning. That part made me laugh out loud. Financial manipulation? I was paying 70% of our rent because I earned more, and I never once asked her for a dime back. The lease was in my name, and I gave her an entire month to sort things out. But then it got interesting. Her brand manager, yes, she actually has one now, some guy named Marcus, messaged me through LinkedIn. LinkedIn, of all places. His message went, "Lucas, I represent Isabella's business interests. Your recent actions have caused serious harm to her brand partnerships. 2 sponsors have already pulled out. I suggest we find a mutually beneficial resolution. Otherwise, you could be liable for intentional interference with business relations." Cool. My reply? Have your lawyer call my lawyer. I don't actually have a lawyer, but he didn't need to know that. Then came a text from Izzy's best friend. "Sophia, you're disgusting. Izzy's been crying every day. She lost her $10,000 Fashion Nova deal because of your stunt. Hope you're happy ruining a woman's career just because your ego couldn't handle her glow-up." No, Sophia, she tanked her own career when she turned our relationship into a marketing campaign. I just left an honest review of the product. Sophia doubled down. "She's going to be homeless, Lucas. Doesn't that mean anything to you? She's got nearly 90K followers and makes $4,000 a month. She'll manage. Isn't that what independent boss babes do?" But here's where it really went off the rails. This morning, I woke up to 73 missed calls. Not from Izzy, she's still blocked, but from random numbers. Turns out she'd posted my phone number in her close friend's story, claiming I was threatening to leak intimate content unless she paid me. Total fabrication. We never even made that kind of content. And even if we had, I'd never stoop to something like that. I screenshotted everything and drove straight to the police station. They took it seriously, especially the false accusation part. Left with a harassment report, case number and all. Then I decided to go a little extra. I switched my Instagram to public and posted one simple photo. A screenshot of that police report number with the caption, "False accusations of revenge porn, doxing, harassment campaigns. Some brands really don't handle negative reviews well. PSA, document everything. You never know when someone's empowerment turns into your legal headache." And yes, I tagged her. Her follower count dropped to 81K and was still sliding. The comments on her posts were brutal. Turns out people actually care about authenticity, and they don't like being lied to. Marcus messaged me again. "This is defamation. Cease immediately." I replied, "Truth is an absolute defense against defamation claims. Tell Isabella to stop contacting me, stop lying about me, and stop the harassment, or the next post will include screenshots of her actual messages alongside her public statements." Silence ever since. Ethan, my roommate, thinks I should let the whole thing die now. And maybe he's right. But she made our relationship into content, so why shouldn't the breakup get the same treatment? Her latest post was a motivational quote about rising above negativity, with the comments turned off. Oh yeah, her brand's evolving, alright, just not the way she envisioned. Update 2, final update. Closing the book on this one. The legal threats didn't stop. Turns out Marcus wasn't bluffing. A courier dropped off a real cease and desist from an actual law firm. Fancy letterhead, lots of legal jargon. Demanding I take down all my posts and pay $50,000 for tortious interference with business relations. Here's the thing about scary lawyer letters. They only work if you've actually done something wrong. I brought it to a real lawyer, well, technically my cousin's husband, but still, and he literally laughed. Then he drafted a short, sweet reply. No wrongdoing committed. Client exercised free speech regarding the end of a relationship. Please cease harassment, or a countersuit for defamation regarding false revenge porn allegations will be filed. Cost me $300 for him to send that. Best money I've ever spent. Meanwhile, Izzy's empire was collapsing. Another 3 sponsors bailed, her engagement tanked, and half her comment section was calling her out. She tried pivoting into healing journey content, but nobody was buying it. Then she did something I never saw coming. She showed up at Ethan's place. Not to apologize. Not to talk things out. Nope, she came with a pitch. "We could turn this into content," she said. "A public reconciliation. The views would be insane. We split the revenue 50/50ths. I just stared at her. She was dead serious. "Think about it," she went on. "Drama sells. We've already got everyone's attention. We do a few couples therapy videos, some heartfelt reunion posts, we could make bank." "You're suggesting we fake getting back together for clout?" I asked. "Not fake," she insisted. "We could actually try again, but document the whole thing. Redemption arc, love conquers ego. All that." "Isabella," I said slowly, "you accused me of threatening revenge porn. You posted my phone number to get people to harass me." She shrugged. "Content strategy, babe. You get it now, right? Everything is content. Even this conversation could be a podcast episode." And that's when it hit me. She wasn't evil in some calculated way. She wasn't even manipulative in the classic sense. She had just completely lost the ability to tell the difference between real life and content. To her, nothing was private. Everything was performance. Looking back, our relationship had probably been just another piece of content for her long before it ever blew up. Me? I'm good. Just please leave. "Izzy, you're making a huge mistake here. This could have been a big break for both of us. I'm an accountant, Izzy. I don't need a career in whatever this mess is." She walked away, but not before snapping a selfie in front of Ethan's place and posting it with the caption about choosing peace over profit. Then came the grand finale, about 3 days ago. Izzy dropped a 47-minute YouTube video updating her life. She took full responsibility but somehow still painted herself as the victim. The production quality was insane. Multiple camera angles, B-roll shots, emotional music playing in the background. She must have spent every last cent she had on it. But honestly, the video blew up in her face. Why? Because someone in the comments linked a TikTok Sophia posted 2 weeks earlier. In it, Sophia was drunk, ranting that Izzy had orchestrated the whole breakup just for content and was pissed it didn't go as planned. Even Izzy's own best friend accidentally confirmed that Izzy was plotting to rebrand herself off our breakup. She just didn't expect me to beat her to the punch. Last I checked, she's dropped to 72,000 followers and had to move back in with her parents. She's still posting, but it's obvious she's desperate. Every post is plastered with ads, even for stuff that clearly isn't sponsored. Fipe unfollowed her, which made me laugh. As for me, I'm doing great. Better than great, actually. I started seeing this girl from my climbing gym. She has exactly 200 Instagram followers and posts maybe once a month. It's refreshing. Oh, and the best part. Izzy's mom reached out to apologize for her daughter's behavior. Apparently, Izzy had told her family I was controlling and abusive, but after seeing the videos and posts, her mom pieced together what really happened. She said, "I'm sorry my daughter became someone I don't recognize. You didn't deserve that." Weirdly, it was kind of healing. So that's it. Izzy wanted to build her brand off the ruins of our relationship. Instead, she ended up burying her own career in it. I never set out to destroy her influence. I just refused to be a supporting actor in her drama. To anyone going through something like this, document everything, know your worth, and remember this. When someone treats your relationship like a business deal, believe them and act accordingly. Now, time for me to log off and live my real life. Peace out. Final update. Wasn't planning to post again, but something crazy just happened that needs to be recorded. Remember how I said I was done? Turns out the universe had other plans. Last week, I got an email from a production company. They wanted to interview me for a documentary about toxic influencer culture and how it wrecks relationships. They offered me $5 for a 2-hour interview. The irony wasn't lost on me. After everything, I was being paid to turn our story into content. I almost deleted the message. But then I Googled the company, legit Emmy-winning documentary filmmakers. They've done exposés on MLMs, dating app algorithms, crypto scams, serious journalism. So I replied. Apparently, our story had become a case study in some corners of the internet. They weren't after drama. They wanted to explore how social media monetization destroys real connections. I agreed, but with conditions. No sensationalism, Izzy's face and name blurred if they used her stuff, and I get to review my parts before anything airs. During the interview, they showed me something that blew my mind. Izzy's story had been picked up by several drama channels with over 10 million combined views. She'd gone viral, just not in the way she expected. The interviewer asked if I felt responsible for her career tanking. I said, she built her brand on authenticity while living a performance. I just pulled back the curtain. The audience decided what to do with it. They also talked to other influencers, relationship experts, and surprisingly, Sophia. She agreed to speak after Izzy apparently stiffed her. Something about owing $3,000 and refusing to pay because exposure is payment. The documentary airs next month. It's called Manufactured Love, When Relationships Become Content. Izzy found out and started threatening legal action and posting her side. Nobody cared. She's down to 31,000 followers now, barely getting 1,000 likes per post. Most comments look like bots. She started a podcast called Cancelled But Confident. It has 47 total downloads. I know because she accidentally made the stats public. Meanwhile, I'm still with climbing gym girl. Her name's Emily. She watched Izzy's original My Truth video with me last night. Her reaction, wait, she really thought filming your breakup would save her career? That's just sad. And yeah, it is sad. Izzy's still out there posting into the void, hoping for a comeback. Still turning everything in her life into content. Still unable to tell real life from a performance. But here's what I learned. When someone says everything is content, that's a warning sign. Nothing's real to them. Not your pain, not your happiness, not your relationship. You're just material. I don't hate Izzy. I feel sorry for her. She's trapped in a prison she built herself, performing for an audience that's already left the theater. Oh, and my comment on her lingerie post? Still there, 47,000 likes now. The replies have turned into a support group for people who've dated influencers. Funny how that worked out. Anyway, that's really all. Documentaries next month. Emily and I are planning a camping trip that weekend. No phones, no pictures, no content, just real life. Sometimes the best revenge isn't tearing someone down. It's letting them face the natural fallout of their choices while you move on. Izzy wanted to be a brand. She got it. Just became one nobody wants to buy.